So welcome to today's video. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Grace Mboli. In my channel, we talk about all things mental health. We throw in some lifestyle vlogs, and we also throw in some recipes just to make things spicy over here. So if you're new here, welcome. As we talk about all things round, because life is not just one dimensional. Life is has so many dimensions that we can actually never exhaust. Okay, so welcome. I'm sure you're going to like this video. Please like the video, please subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Turn on that notification bell so that you can be aware anytime I post a video. So thank you so much. So I am one of the people who experience anxiety, and I found myself the other day just thinking, just seeking to study anxiety and know exactly what is this animal we are calling anxiety, and why is it really a big problem. Okay, so I took myself to a journey of studying anxiety, and I found that anxiety is that extreme, excessive, but just persistent feeling of fear, like you are constantly afraid and you do not, sometimes it is usually out of your control. So you find yourself worrying every day about everything and worrying how things will turn out. Okay, are you that person? One of the big things that we are going to talk about is that people who have anxiety are constantly overthinking. And you see, I made a video, is it a video or what, just on this channel, and I was like, what if it goes right? Because sometimes we worry, and when we are worrying, most of the times things go wrong instead of them going right. So usually when I'm in that state, I usually tell myself, what if this thing goes right? What if they did not have an accident? What if they are well and you're so worried about them? What if that thing has already worked out that you're thinking it has not worked out? So I just decided, let me put my audio. All that time it was not there. Yeah, so like I was saying, you ask yourself, what if things go right? Why are you thinking that things will always go wrong? God is faithful and He wants the best for us and not the worst. So always ask yourself, what if it goes right instead of it going wrong? Okay? Yeah, so what causes anxiety? So there are many things which will cause anxiety, but there are things which you do when you are going through anxiety. Okay? So basically, actually, when it becomes excess, forgive the motorbike outside my house, when it becomes excess, now it becomes a mental health disorder, which is called anxiety disorder, and that's not what you want to do. So you need to know how to handle it early before it's now a problem. Okay, yeah. So what can cause anxiety? Maybe you're stressed about something, for real, you're stressed about something, and now you're worried about how that thing will turn out. So when you're stressed about something, we tend to become anxious and worry so much. You see, worrying is normal, being stressed is normal, but now when it gets to a point of when you worry too much, now that is anxiety, and it is not really normal. And you know, I was asking myself, what is the difference between those people who really stay calm through situations and those who are really concerned and worrying about those situations? So I'm that person. So I look at, for example, my spouse is very calm and he's composed through this situation, but what happens to me? I am very worried, and I'm just wondering, what if it goes wrong instead of what if it goes right? So that is my challenge. And you become anxious, for example, when you are just about to do something, or something has happened and you have no information, or you're just about to do something which may be challenging to you, or in a way it seems very scary to you. So if that thing is very scary to you, then it could cause you to worry. Honestly, it can cause you to worry, and it's normal, and again, it's not normal. The extent to which you worry is the problem. Okay, that extent to which you worry is usually the problem. So let's say you are making a presentation, you are getting into an interview, you are about to teach a lesson which is a content which is usually challenging to you, you are about to make some keynote speech, or you are almost going to deliver a baby. Mothers, I know, when you are almost delivering a baby, you and your spouse and everyone around you is anxious. And let's say sometimes when you're for people who do online dating or you're doing business and you're about to meet your partner, you can be very anxious because you don't know what will happen. Am I secure? Am I safe? Will I come back safe? Will they take me away with their car? Will they close the doors and I'll not be able to escape? These are the things we are talking about. So you have a reason to be worried, but now when you're worried excessively, that is the problem. Now, how do you know that your worrying is out of the norm? You could find yourself shaking. I have a friend who sweats too much, and when they're about to face something or get into an interview, they have very sweaty hands. For them it might be normal, but sometimes it's just anxiety. Okay, your heart could be beating very fast. Yeah, your heart could be beating very fast. You're also breathing very fast, like you are not calm at all when you're about to do that, or when you're worried about something or an outcome. So when that happens, then we say that you're going through anxiety. Okay, you're going through anxiety. Now, sometimes you could be worried too much and you're not aware, but you'll feel very weak and tired. I know we know those situations where you don't know what is going to happen and you feel very, very weak and tired. So during those times, when you're extremely, instead of just behaving normal, you feel like you're weak and sick and tired. Sometimes you find yourself shaking, trembling, and now sometimes if you're in a meeting and you're about to give a presentation, or your relative is not home yet, they are not on phone, you find that you cannot focus on the current happening. You're just troubled and focusing on what is happening in future. That is what we are calling anxiety. Yeah, so if you cannot focus on what is happening now, you're just thinking about what might happen, which you're not even sure of, then you must be going through anxiety, and you need some medication. Most of the time you're supposed to meet as a psychiatrist or a therapist because you are supposed to be managed. So for me, actually, I'm considering taking up therapy because I think I'm supposed to be managed, because I've been thinking about the impact my anxiety has had on me and people around me. It's not very good, so I need to do something about it. Okay, I need to do something about my anxiety. So when you see that you're sweating, you're breathing too fast, you're shaking, you're feeling very tense, you're restless, you're very nervous about what is about to happen, you need to look at the levels of your anxiety and determine, is it normal or not normal. Now, I'll tell you 5 things which people with anxiety do at that moment when and you see, the problem with anxiety is continuous worrying. That is my problem. Like, you worry about every little thing and you feel like it is going to turn terrible. That's the problem with anxiety, and it's the worst that can happen to you. Okay, so people with anxiety, number 1, they are very good at procrastinating. I will have work on my table. I have 12 hours to deliver, but I can spend like 6 hours anxious. Ever heard of that? I know there are many, and we are many, and sometimes we think we are just procrastinators. It's not really. It's a problem with anxiety, and you find that it is very hard for you to even complete a task. For example, if you're writing an article, or if you are doing some assignment you've been given, like, you cannot focus. It's a problem with focusing. You cannot focus until you finish that task. You easily wander in your thoughts and go to another city, go to another house, and you're worried about things you're not supposed to be worried about at that moment. So guys, if that is your situation, then you're going through anxiety. It can be extreme or not extreme. So don't start worrying that you have a disorder, but it's something which can be managed. Okay, and there are things which you can do on your own to help you manage anxiety, which I'll tell you towards the end of this video. So don't worry, I got you. Okay, so you procrastinate and you find it very hard for you to finish tasks. Another thing which someone who is facing anxiety is overthinking. Who is a culprit? I'm culprit number 1. I really overthink over many situations. And when you overthink about situations, a lot of things can happen from it. Number 1, you'll be worried, you'll not accomplish a lot of things in that day. And the problem with overthinking is chances of, you always think that things will go wrong and they will not be right. So you lean on the negative side of issues instead of the positive side of issues. And you see, I've been thinking about, I've even been posting some videos in my other channel. I post about positivity. Sometimes I have to wake up in the morning after I do my devotion. I have to listen to a motivation video or a positivity affirmation video so that I can focus on being positive, because sometimes you wake up and you're like, I'm losing this, I'm not good enough, I am broke, those things you speak against your life, and they are very negative. That some of them are caused by anxiety, because when you're thinking like I will be broke, you're thinking like I will be broke instead of being grateful for what you have right now, the money you have right now. You're now overthinking about how things may go wrong, and how you will be broke, how you will be sick, how you will not be able to pay school fees, how you will not be able to finish your task that day because you are worried about many things. So that's a problem. You overthink, and when you overthink, you lean on the negative instead of leaning on the positive. Even if we don't have high levels of anxiety, most of us overthink. And it is a disease. I had my student do a project on overthinking when they were presenting their science fair projects, and it really took him actually to the nationals, because it was a very good concept of how people overthink and the effect it can have on them. Okay, number 3. So number 1, procrastination. Number 2, overthinking. Number 3, we confine. When you are an overthinker, you get yourself staying in one place, so you confine yourself in a comfort zone. Okay, yes, because the result of you remaining in a comfort zone is because of overthinking, because of procrastination, and you don't get things done. So most of the time you remain in that you remain in one position, you stagnate for long, and it costs you a lot actually. So you don't have, because anxiety comes with a lot of fear about and worry, you will not be able to make the next big step of your life. So you find yourself procrastinating a lot. That's what I'm talking about. You procrastinate a lot, and you end up not achieving a lot, and so you become stagnant, and you're not able to move forward, even in your life, in your family. Yeah, and I think that is a big problem that we should work on. Okay, so you might find yourself stuck in your comfort zone. You don't want to make bold steps, yes, because you have anxiety. So you see, it's not a good thing to keep around. Okay, now because of overthinking, because of being in your comfort zone, you might find yourself not sleeping well at night. So you will toss and turn in your bed and not sleep. Okay, for me, when most of the times I'll just sleep. That tells me that my problem is not really dire. It's not really serious. I can work on it, because I will sleep. Because as I was growing up and as I've been adulting, I realized even when I worry, sometimes I change nothing. If something bad has happened, it has happened. If something good has happened, it has happened. If something will go on well, it will go on well. So sometimes I don't have a lot of power to change what might happen in future unless I change what I'm doing now and act towards it. Okay? Yeah, so that's what I usually say. That's what I've been telling myself, that worrying will not change anything. And if that is what the Bible says, that worrying does not change a thing. It makes things worse. So most of the time I sleep, but there are people who suffer from insomnia. We call it insomnia. We think it's a disease, but it is caused by anxiety. And at that point, it is anxiety disorder. It's a problem which should be taken care of. Okay, and then lastly, when you're going through anxiety, you tend to withdraw from your social circles. Yeah, now this one, I was thinking about childhood traumas. I think I will come and talk about them, though I need to go through therapy so that I can overcome my childhood traumas, honestly. But when you tend to withdraw from people and you want to be alone, some of us hide in the statement of I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert, that I like staying alone. It's okay. I also like staying alone, and I'm also loud. I love it when I'm around friends and people I love. I give my all in both cases. But the problem with being alone is you start overthinking, you start worrying, and you just stick in your own cocoon and think that the world is burning, when in reality the world is not burning. The world is moving, people are making money, people are making moves, and you're there anxious and worried that things will always go wrong. They are not going wrong. Things are working out, people are making moves, and it is not the same. So it's up to you to stand up and brace yourself, face the world, and be bold for you, for your family, and for your children, for your partner, and for your life, basically, because we've been talking about self-love. So when you withdraw from your social circles because you fear confrontation, you fear humiliation, you fear challenges, you fear being asked hard questions, you fear bold conversations, basically, can I say that you're just a coward? You're afraid of facing day to day. And you see, people who make it in this life and who move far are people who are bold enough to have bold and hard and difficult conversations. So if you can have difficult conversation, then you're good. You will be able to beat your anxiety. So before I go, the video is getting long. Before I go, what can you do when you feel anxious? Personally, I speak to myself. I watch positivity and affirmation videos. I listen to music which is giving me hope, gospel music, or sometimes I listen to love songs just to hype me up and to show me that people out there are loved. People out there, in case, sometimes it's normal to sometimes feel you're in the dumps, you're not valued, you're not loved. But now when you watch those videos, then people out there are loved, people out there, life is good. I'm not in this situation forever, okay? So those are some, I speak to myself life. Though not many times, sometimes I fail, but as I was studying about anxiety, I've known ways what I can do to beat anxiety. And one of them is speaking positive stuff to myself, thinking positively by forcing it. Positive affirmations, motivational videos. Sometimes I call my friends and they tell me, Grace, it's not that bad. It could have been because of this and that. And I pick myself up, okay? I will watch movies, I will binge watch. I will binge watch a Netflix series. I watch it from the beginning to the end because I know if I sit down to work, I might not focus. So it's better I spend that time on watching a movie, I relax. Then when I come back, I'll be able to focus, okay? So like I said, you listen to music, you can watch cartoon. There are people who really enjoy watching cartoon and animations. If it works for you, please do it, okay? Exercise. Yes, I do aerobics, I do sit-ups, I'll skip a rope. I will take a walk actually in the evenings, and with that, I ease my anxiety. Actually, the other day, I literally woke up, paid fare. I got into the bus, and I just went because I felt like my head was spinning, and I was like, I'm going to snap. If I don't do something, if I don't get out of this house, I'm going to snap. So I left. I just went somewhere, and I came back refreshed. That's why I'm able to restart my YouTube channel and start moving in a better direction than just worrying, because that changes nothing. That brings no money on the table. That brings no solution. So I'm not worrying. So I exercise, I take walks, I do sit-ups, I jump the rope, etc. I skip the rope, not jumping. Okay, so I also choose activities which are fun. For example, if you enjoy drawing, you can do that. If you enjoy sketching, you can do that. If you enjoy playing with your children, you can do that. If you enjoy cooking, I also ease my anxiety with cooking. Yes, I really like exploring new recipes, and I will do that. I'll go cook and I will be refreshed. Then I come back and continue with my work. Okay. And then when worst goes to the worst, when you've tried all these things and they're not working for you, then you need to seek a professional. Do not die, because this fear and everything can have very bad repercussions. So seek If you feel like your anxiety is very extreme, then go for seek a professional help. Go to a therapist, a psychiatrist, those people who deal with those things. You can go to them. Actually, I was thinking, should I take a psychology course? I need to cure my anxiety, my childhood traumas. I'm still thinking about it. It could be my retirement plan, you never know. But yeah, that's it for today in this video. It is a disorder if it affects your daily functioning. Okay, but if you do something, you ease your anxiety, then you can manage it, and with time you'll grow out of it. Actually, I've grown a lot out of anxiety as maturity has been coming in. Have been overcoming anxiety in a great way. And of course, I pray, I read the word, and sometimes I just tell God, take the wheel, because I can't do it on my own. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. Please subscribe, share, and like. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.